San Francisco sits on the edge of a peninsula on the Northern California coast. With 43 hills and a population of over 800,000 free thinkers, crafty inventors, and oddballs, this city refuses to be brought down to earth. San Francisco's stratospheric booms and crashing busts aren't for the weak of heart, but as anyone who's clung onto the side of an iconic cable car will tell you, this town gives one hell of a ride. The cable car offers the best way to explore the city, effortlessly climbing the hills. Jump a ride to Fisherman's Wharf. Fight through the tourists to grab a bowl of clam chowder and stroll down to Pier 39's K-Dock to catch the colony of sea lions that call it home. Stroll through Golden Gate Park, San Francisco's backyard. Indulge your senses in the Mission District, the city's hub for music and art. Then step back in time and wander through the neighborhood of Haight-Ashbury, a national symbol of the 1960s hippie revolution. San Francisco boasts a serious foodie scene. The availability of fresh and organic, sustainably harvested produce means local chefs and diners are spoiled for choice. The Ferry Plaza Farmers Market in the Embarcadero is a gourmet emporium with almost 100 stalls offering the best in locally grown produce. About 25,000 locals visit the market each week, with the market at its bustling best every Saturday. San Francisco has its own brand of iconic landmarks. From Alcatraz, the world's most notorious prison, to the Painted Ladies, a lineup of pastel-colored Victorian houses, and Lombard Street, created in 1922 with 8 sharp curves and paved with red bricks. It's one of the crookedest streets in the world. The Golden Gate Bridge is the most iconic landmark in San Francisco. Completed in 1937, the Art Deco suspension bridge connects the city to Marin County. More than 120,000 cars cross the bridge each day.
Experience CBS News.
What we're looking at here is the deployment of our 11th wave energy buoy.
Power from clean and constant ocean waves could help solve the world's energy problems, but it hasn't always been easy to generate support for this renewable source.
In 1998, when I was writing these white papers and proposals, people were saying, you know, she's crazy. We're not going to be able to harness energy from the ocean. It's just too harsh of an environment.
Before this successful field test off the Oregon coast,
Contactors and circuit breakers.
electrical engineer Annette Van Juan experimented with many technologies.
This is a linear to rotary system, and these were 2 of those top 5 that we built at the 200-watt level.
With support from the National Science Foundation, Van Juan developed many wave energy devices. This design has few moving parts.
You have this magnet assembly heaving up and down in the waves, creating this changing magnetic field, and the direct conversion of that linear heaving motion of the wave into electrical energy.
In the lab, they can mimic the harsh ocean environment. They're also designing systems to minimize harm to marine mammals.
We do have off the Oregon coast about 20,000 whales that migrate. So we have experts who are also looking at acoustic avoidance systems that are encouraging the whales to go around these wave installations.
Experts say wave energy might one day supply up to 6% of U.S. energy needs. Wave power is available 80 to 90% of the time, twice that of wind or solar.
Fortunately, we are in a climate that people understand the importance of renewable energy technologies.
So clean ocean energy may be the wave of the future.
Experience CBS News.
We're at Jacques Pseudo Ferrer, an elegant French bistro in Tribeca dubbed the Soufflé Sanctuary of New York City. Here, they don't serve soufflés in small sizes like you see in most restaurants. These are puffy, tall soufflés made to order in huge white ramekins. This is Jacques Capsudo, one of the three brothers who founded the restaurant back in 1980. He's been making soufflés for over 30 years and keeps his recipes a closely guarded secret. The only thing he'll say is that while most people start with a bechamel sauce, he begins with a crème pâtisserie, a prepared beforehand secret mixture that adds more lightness and airiness to the body of the dessert. There are always 5 savory and 4 sweet soufflés to choose from. My favorite is the praline soufflé with hazelnut sauce. In a bowl, Jacques folds the crème pâtisserie with the hazelnut liquor and a homemade hazelnut paste made with ground up hazelnuts together into a batter. Then he beats egg whites with a little crème of tartare until soft, airy peaks form. He folds the egg whites into the batter in small batches, then pours it all into a large ramekin. He bakes it for 15 minutes until it rises to an airy dome of golden brown. The finished dessert towers over the ramekin with a delicately crisp outside and soft light inside that you can break open with a spoon. And the best part is the tableside service. With care, Jacques delivers the warm soufflé to the table. Then he opens a hole into the sugary crust and very slowly pours the hazelnut cream sauce down the middle, adding a big spoonful of whipped cream on top along with a smile. Because somehow he knows he just made your day. And though it looks heavy and intimidating, it's as light as can be. You'll be surprised how fast you finish it. I'd say it's a pretty special experience, a perfect dish for when you really want to impress someone.
Experience CBS News.
We begin tonight with the ongoing search for survivors and the accounting of the dead after nearly 2 days of tornadoes. More than 36 people in 6 states have been killed, and at least 90 tornadoes have been confirmed, striking at least 162 towns. Among the hardest hit communities is West Liberty, Kentucky, and that's where Anna Werner begins our coverage tonight. Anna, good evening.
Good evening, Nancy. You know, this was a town, a picturesque town sitting in the foothills of the Appalachian Mountains. Now it looks like someone put the town through a blender. There are bits and pieces of buildings everywhere. The tornado shredded buildings and lives.
Kentucky's governor said it looked like a bomb had hit downtown West Liberty, down a small town main street that had led to City Hall, the police station, the courthouse, and a Chinese restaurant. The tornado left a trail of rubble. 120-mile-per-hour winds took down buildings, crushed cars, and sheared off trees. And the tornado claimed lives. 5 people died. Police say what is left is a disaster scene so dangerous they had to close off access to downtown.
We're asking everybody to stay out. It's as you can see, it's a very dangerous area. A lot of building structures can fall down. We've had people that want to take a look at their own personal businesses, and we can't take that chance on further injuries.
The tornado struck at 6:45 Friday night and approached so quickly some residents say they had little time to take cover.
We headed out for town to go to the courthouse, and then when we got over there, it blew the windows out. So we had to go into a little back room.
And I looked out the window and I could see it. I said, I can see it, I can see it. She was getting the back room, and I went to the back and I closed the door and I started praying and I covered my head, and she was like, stay on the phone. And then the phone died, and then like the door flew open and I just heard glass and things going everywhere.
Nancy, tonight, search and rescue efforts here are just about concluded, and officials say they'll soon be moving into what is bound to be a very difficult cleanup.
Experience CBS News.